Hello all, welcome to my channel SAP Learn, Earn and Enjoy. Okay, so today we will have a look at what is the difference between SAP HCM and SuccessFactor HXM. SuccessFactor HXM stands for Human Experience Management. So we will see what is the difference. So guys, why did SAP acquire SuccessFactors? So being SAP was actually basically a German company before to that, providing the software services based on client server architecture. Okay, in good old days, 2012. 12. Now, after in 2012, what SAP did, SAP acquired SuccessFactor. And what was the decision behind it? So basically, SAP spent almost $3.4 billion to purchase SuccessFactors. To purchase SuccessFactors was doing very good onto the cloud market, and people, I mean the customers, were getting benefited out of it. So many customers, what SAP left, I mean they left from SAP and went to SuccessFactors using this cloud application, most of the talent models. So at that time, SAP decided to acquire SuccessFactors, and that decision was done in 2012. So basically, the decision was that the SAP tried to do the most of the things, when it comes to UI architecture and a couple of other things, they tried to recover or reshape with HR renewal 2.0 and a couple of other applications. And it was not, I would say, because from my experience it was not successful. And then the decision came that okay, SAP acquired SuccessFactor. And as you can see currently, the SAP SuccessFactor HXM, that is Human Experience Management, is currently booming into the market, and so many customers are opting for it, and it's a very good decision by SAP, I would say, to purchase SuccessFactor at that time, and include it or merge it with on-premise SAP HCM application. So let's have a look at it in more. Why did SAP took the decision to acquire SuccessFactors? So basically, SAP, when there was competitor was SuccessFactor, they came up with HR Renewal 2.0. So basically, if you can see my screen, the UI. So SAP tried a lot to, there was some complaints from the customers also about the UI. That UI is very robust, and it's not user friendly and this and that. So ABAP and ABAP Ribbon Pro application and everything. So HR renewal was like a kind of a solution. 2.0 was the solution given to customers who were complaining about the UI of SAP. But HR renewal was kind of it did not work into the industry, and customers were little bit there were so many things that okay, you need to upgrade this and that, and there are some preconditions involved because of ABAP based framework to it, actually ABAP based framework. So customers were like decide were not some people, some customers tried to use the HR renewal 2.0, but still there were some problems, and when it comes to real time reporting, they did not like it. So it was a kind of a flop show as such, but being SAP, being a giant company into the market, they decided to go for something different. So they did acquire SAP success factor company, and the beauty is that okay, they know that okay, they are good on the localization as well as when it comes to time management and payroll perspective, but they were lacking some of the kind of a workflow scenarios and like that, which were bestly done on the cloud market, cloud based technologies using web UI. So they did purchase SuccessFactors. So today we will see what is actually the a basic difference between both the softwares, because there are so many customers currently running on SAP HCM, and they have eye to go for success factor. So what are the basic difference, and I thought it's better we explain them in detail. So if you can see on my screen, SAP HCM is like a on-premise ERP application. So it's not only HCM application, it's an ERP application. So enterprise resource planning. So for full enterprise resource, they can use SAP. Okay, and SAP HCM for their human capital management scenarios. But success factor was mostly on to the HXM, that is human experience management. Current name of success factor is HXM suite, they call it as a. So it's on cloud. So cloud, it means, okay, you can use it or you can subscribe it as a SaaS means software as a service. But SAP HCM is like, okay, you purchase the licensing of the particular product, you deploy it and you use it. So this is the basic difference between SAP HCM and success factor, that is HXM suite. We will just go next. Next is SAP. On the left side you can see SAP HCM versus success factor. So being the success factor being a software as a service SaaS application, so there is only need is to have you are sorry the uh, browser and internet. So these are the only two requirements you need to have for to work on HXM, SAP SuccessFactors HXM. But when it comes to SAP HCM, there are so many other requirements. You need to have the server, the desktops, and you need to create the routers and blah blah blah. So many things you need to work out, and you need to have some kind of a tier architecture between client server architecture. So there are so many things on SAP HCM. So as you can see, more hardware requirement was needed for SAP HCM currently also, but for SuccessFactor, it's a less hardware requirement is needed actually. We'll go to the next slide. Uh, SAP HCM, that is human capital management, is actually maintenance. Okay, when it comes to the maintenance of the application, it does in-house maintenance. So whatever is there, you need to do the maintenance. That maintenance has to be beared by the customer itself, and you need to do your own maintenance. Okay, but when it comes to the maintenance of the servers and the data center, SAP is taking care of it. So it's again a kind of a saving cost saving for the different customers. So we will move to the next slide. Next slide is about SAP HCM. What is basic difference? So as you know, okay, I'm in consulting for SAP HCM as well as SuccessFactor consulting from last 16 years. So I know what is the basic difference. This nobody is going to tell you about this. Uh, SAP HCM basis based on the ABAP coding. So it is written in ABAP code in layman language. It is written in ABAP and ABAP Dream Pro. And wherever it needs Java or something like that, then extra subscription has to be taken by customer, and that will be the extra cost to the customer. But when it comes to SAP SuccessFactor HXM, that is human experience management module, that is in purely in XML. And people say that okay, XML coding is far better, or anybody can do the XML coding. I have seen some consultants making the changes in XML files, and they are uploading and they are achieving the objective instead. So in SAP HCM consulting, we need a separate ABAPer to involve to do the consulting. But in SuccessFactor, a single person who knows XML can do the consulting. So this is the basic difference actually. Okay, and being okay, as you know, SAP HCM was invented or it is built in Germany, but SuccessFactor was built in US. Okay, so the basically the language is different, so language in which it is written is also the different. So we will go to the next slide. Next slide about the SAP HCM. SAP HCM being the German company, okay, German, German, most of the German companies or German cars you can take, or German software you can take, hardware you can take, it's robust, always robust into the design. It will not look very beautiful, but it's a robust. So it has came into their product as well. So being SAP, being German company, it is robust and it's a truly robust. I would say, because it is because based on my experience in last 16 years into the consulting, SAP is robust. Nobody can say that okay, this is they are not robust. Okay, so that's why they are top one, number one into the market currently as well. When it comes to success factor, well, it's a US company, it's a US based market, us based product, sorry, and that's why it's a flexible and easy design. So basically success factor is very flexible. So it you can if there is any a field is there, if it's mandatory you can make it non-mandatory. So basically SAP is putting some kind of investment right currently to make something, a more robust design of success factor. But currently the basis, why customers were choosing success factor more over SAP HCM SAP HCM was its flexible and easy design, and UI was very beautiful. That was the reason. So we will go to the next slide. We will see what is the difference. In the next slide we have seen that okay, SAP HCM is like, more secure. Okay, so when you connect this client server architecture, if you can see, it is less vulnerable to the outside attacks. But when it comes to SuccessFactors HXM, it's a cloud application, and that's why it's a more vulnerable to outside attacks. So this is the basic difference actually between SAP HCM and SAP HXM. Okay, then we will go to the next slide. Okay, so this is going to be a very good this is going to help you guys as you are in, if you are using SAP SAM, you know that okay, the licensing is, little kind of, when it comes to terms and conditions, it is little costly when it comes to, compared with success factor subscription. Because what a success factor is saying that okay, today you have 2000 employees, tomorrow you will have 4000, then now we will cost you based on your 2000 employees. Okay, so that's why being a software as a service, a success factor HXM model is going to save your money, save your subscription cost, and that's why this is the main difference. Okay, we will go to the next difference. Next is that okay, upgrade. That is very important because software, you purchased it, you are using it, but you need to upgrade. You need to upgrade the legal things which are coming into the market. Okay, for example, for this year 2022 2023, whatever it is, so new things are coming up, and SAP is investing a lot of money in SAP HCM as well as success factor, okay, currently, to upgrade their product. So currently if I can see, okay, SAP is like a top brand into the market, who is actually putting so much of money into the upgrade cost. They are for SAP HXM, sorry, success factor HXM, they are doing first up and second up, that is first up and second up. So earlier we used to have four upgrades for success factor, that is, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now we have only 6 monthly upgrades for SuccessFactors HCM. That's HXM. That is because a SuccessFactor is also integrated with SAP HCM for most of the customers. So most of the customers currently are using hybrid model. Hybrid model is that okay, part of your product you are using SAP HCM, and part you are using SuccessFactor. To align with some of the customers who don't want to upgrade their system after every 6 months, okay, I say 3 months, I would say. SAP come up with this topic that okay, they will upgrade only after 6 months, and that is why we have now. Earlier we had Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now we have H1 and H2. Okay, so this is actually again going to save the cost of the customers, because earlier SAP HCM, the upgrade was based on the decision of customer, as well as the cost is also, upgrade cost should be owned by customer. Okay, but when it comes to SAP SuccessFactor HXM, that is human experience management, upgrade is with SAP. So SAP will do the upgrades accordingly. There are some things where admin based upgrades, okay, based on admin. So customer can decide either to implement it or not implement. That also SAP has come up with. So when we compare SuccessFactor with SAP, the upgrade cost is always less or zero when it comes to SuccessFactor HXM. Okay, we will go to the next slide, please. And here the comparison comes up with the human SAP it's human capital management with a SuccessFactor HXM. Here we can see HCM is more localized. Yeah, it's true, because HCM, SAP HCM, being the old software into the market, they have done everything. Okay, they have done everything. They want you want Hong Kong, you want Hong Kong as a country. Okay, we have done it for Hong Kong. Okay, so basically they have done a lot of localization. Okay, localization means your local solutions, country specific solutions. So when it comes to country specific solutions, SAP HCM is far better. But again, uh, now what SAP is doing, SAP is putting more money to make SuccessFactor HXM, that is human experience management, to be localized all over the world. So currently, SuccessFactor is putting a lot of money into the market, into their I would say their research and development R&D department, that okay, it should be more localized. Okay, but as on date I would say SAP HCM is still more localized, as compared to SuccessFactor HXM. But who is working at SuccessFactor HXM? SAP only. So SAP is what SAP is doing. SAP is also putting that localizations into the SuccessFactor HXM. Okay, so what is the future is that okay, HXM, that is SuccessFactor HXM, is going to be a kind of not a easy system for the consultants, but it's kind of a difficult consulting, because SAP SuccessFactor is actually putting a lot of money in localization, and couple of features are being getting added. We will go to the next slide, please. Next slide, it comes with okay, this is very good, this is based on my experience into the industry from last 16 years, that okay, payroll and time, already that okay, time application and payroll application always need a lot of space, lot of RAM, that is a random access memory we call it, on any computer, any server, or related came to the data center, we call RAM as random access memory. So when it comes to RAM, okay, running based on RAM, okay, uh, generally payroll and time application generally need a lot of RAM. But SuccessFactor HXM, it's being a web-based application. So according to me, okay, your talent module is going to run very good on HXM platform, that is SuccessFactor HXM platform. But when it comes to heavy modules like payroll and time application, that needs a lot of RAM, so those will run very well on your on-premise application, on-premise servers. Okay, so this is the basic difference. But SAP is coming up with employee central payroll. Okay, where basically you log in with on SuccessFactor, but actually you are logging into SAP HCM. Okay, so they have come up with, they have done a lot of trick to that. And people who generally use SuccessFactor uh, ECP, that is employee central payroll, don't know that they are logging into SAP. But so basically it is using your SAP payroll engine. So hats off to SAP, because SAP know what is better, what is actually going to be beneficial to the customers, we are what best to us, we will promote that. And that's what SAP is doing. And SAP is doing very good when it comes to employee central payroll. Employee central payroll is like, I think if SAP is going to put similar kind of investment into ECP, employee central payroll, then I think there will not be any more competitors into the market for SAP. Okay, so we will go to the next slide, please. And during this comparison between SAP HCM and human experience management success factor, data and information is stored in your in-house server. So basically you hold the data what you have in your own premise. But when it comes to SuccessFactor HXM, that is human experience management, your data is secured in your data center. Data center, for example, if you are in Europe, you have some legal bindings based on your GDPR, that is General Product Detection Act, then your data is secured inside your Europe. When it comes to Saudi Arabia, it will be stored under any data center which is there in Gulf region. So this is the basic difference, that okay, uh, we have the data or information stored when it comes to on-premise application like SAP HCM is stored in in-house servers, that is internally during the internet, within the intranet, sorry. But when it comes to SuccessFactor HXM, your data or information is stored in your data center, and that data center is also notified to you by SAP to all the customers. So I think that is the all comparison we have at the moment. If you have any further questions, please put into the comments and I will try to answer you. If you like this video and if you want a similar kind of videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. Also like this video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. See you.